Hey guys, welcome to the Misfits channel. It's me, James Elite Hunters, and I'm going to be joined by my fellow Misfits and a fellow guest. And I'm going to bring up everyone one by one. Let's see. Well,
One by
five.
one.
Five.
One by one.
There goes my computer skills. True Misfit style. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Real. Hey, James.
I'm
What's up,
good.
brother?
Doing great.
So
Let's talk about
I was inclined.
baseball.
I was inclined to invite Hugo on because I love his style and how he does things with his channel, and he chose a different lane from how everybody else chooses to do their videos. And Hugo, just
Yeah,
wanted to ask you, man, how did you pick your lane? How did you go about, visiting these places and sharing your cards with these places?
Man, it started when I was a kid, man. Like, I'm gonna show you some cards real quick. I would have binders of cards like this and stuff, right? I know they're all Yankees, but you see, the Berra and the Maggio, and I would look at these cards and I would wonder where these dudes are at, and all the trees in the background. So I would study cards, kind of like you study film, and then I was always intrigued by filming locations for film. So I said, well, how about for baseball cards, man? Kind of go towards that, for card history. So yeah, that's what got me going. Really, I just thought it would be cool to go to these spots where some of these cards were out. I knew a lot of them in Florida because of palm trees and all that. So yeah, it just, I had a weird idea and I just roll with it, man. Now I'm having a blast, man. I love it.
And you've been able to hook up with a Misfit, Lou Rock, right?
Yeah, Lou Rock and John Mangini. yeah, we hung
We
out
broke
for a
bread
minute.
together. We broke bread at the Lou Rock household.
We had a blast.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they took it easy on me, man. They were nice. They were
we were drinking.
very hospitable. Very hospitable, yeah. Even though I'm a Red Sox fan,
That was a
I
great
probably
day.
shouldn't say that too loud, but
Now,
not this much.
what happened at the household that wasn't seen on TV?
Oh man. Oh man. Hey, what happens in the man cave stays in the man cave, you know what I mean?
I was
Nah, it
checking
was,
pockets.
Yeah, I was gonna say I grabbed a few cards from Lou's room that wasn't caught on camera.
Oh, really?
Every card I have, he has 3. Wait, there's nothing I have that he needs.
Once he has about 3 or 4 bourbons, he doesn't notice.
And George looks like he's in the Arizona Fall League over there. What's going on?
I'm just it is my son's tennis practice. Maybe I'll go to a game tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, I've been to about 4 of them. It's great.
Hey,
Feeling good.
Hey, everybody, let's congratulate George on that ass whooping on Showcase Showdown. Yeah, that big ass whooping.
Oh man.
Ronnie Klein Peru. Yeah, represent for the Misfits.
Hey, it was just 3 guys hanging out with their rods, hanging out.
Good one, man. That's it.
I love it.
It was fun, man. It was fun, and I was, I thought they were gonna gang up on me, man. I was like, well, okay, but then Chris was out early, and then, it was. I'm sure there's plenty of other people. We have some feedback on the video where this one guy who was commented that he had the number 3 set registry. Carew said he sold 10 years ago, and I'm like, I'm gonna bring this dude on, and he'll have like 10s of everything.
Yeah.
It was fun, man. Those are great cards, especially the 70s cards. Love the 70s cards.
Well, what's funny
nice
is
little
Chris
run.
keeps saying he's sending cards out to get graded so he can play that game better. I think that's hilarious. I think he's picking up cards to play the game.
Yeah,
I could
or
see you could
SGC.
get very addicted to that.
Yeah, SGC has a great turnaround time, but it's not that fast.
Yeah. Hugo, you a Red Sox fan, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt, man.
Who do you play or collect, if any?
Man, nobody, to be honest, man. A little bit of Pedro. Pedro was, Clemens, Pedro. A lot of pitchers, which, it's not many people PC pitchers, but those are the must-see guys. Like, the neighborhood was shut down when those guys pitched. So they got a special place. Clemens, Pedro, of course, Big Papi. You know, I don't care what anybody says about him. The dude is clutch, and changed everybody's life, man. In New England, you know.
Who's clutch?
Clutch is.
Who's
So
clutch?
you got to love Big Papi, man. You got to.
Oh yeah, Papi is clutch. I thought you said Pedro. I was like, who's his daddy? But Ortiz
That
is
wasn't Pedro's
clutch.
fault,
Yeah.
man. You know, like the manager would leave him in too long. You know, who was it? Grady Little? Who was it? Left him in too long. You know, you got to know when to pull guys. Yeah.
You know.
What era do you enjoy collecting the most?
Man, you know, I used to. All right, so I sold my collection back in 04, and back up until then, I only had, well, of course, stuff I had from growing up, but I had a huge vintage collection. So, I still, that appeals to me the most. But really nowadays, anything that has a cool image, you know, if it has, again, like spring training photos or something like that, it appeals to me. So Bruce, Mookie Chilson's right. Bruce Hurst was number 3. It was Pedro, Clemens, and Hurst. But that's pretty much it. I still, you know, I'm getting back more into vintage now. Y'all have an effect on the brother, man. I'm like, you know, after a while, you're like, I gotta have that, man. You know, so I'm going back to my roots. You know.
Well, that's an interesting topic. How much do you find watching YouTubers? How much do you find that affects your purchasing or what you collect? Does it influence you?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot, for sure. Oh yeah. For me, it's I mean, pretty much every video I see something like, ooh, that's dang, you know, stays in the back burner, you know, and some go to the front burner and I just jump on it, man. But you know, I think guys like Shoebox Legends, Shane and Dylan, you know, that dude's like, now every card I get, it's gotten to me. I got to get it centered. It's got to have good eye appeal.
OC cards need love, bro. OC cards need love.
Can't do it, man.
George has
So,
one of the best
thing
eyes.
is, you know, like, all right, so
love.
you know, I guess I'm considered like a smaller budget collector, right? So I got to be really picky on what I pick up, you know? So I got to go for the best eye appeal, you know, best price, best eye appeal, you know? And that's,
with this big movement for the centered cards, you could get the other cards way cheaper now. They're not perfectly centered.
Yeah.
I'll take a 70-30 so I could get 2 cards instead of 1 card. George is like, blasphemy.
It's hurt my eyes just thinking about it, Lou. I'm just kidding.
I can't wait.
I like to collect miscuts. Those are fun.
Yeah, those are cool.
Man.
Those are truly one of ones too. There's like
that's
true. See another one like it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about centering being rare? Miscuts are more rare.
Yeah. That is true.
Hugo, how do you go about finding out where the card was taken and the spring training fields and all that?
Yeah, it just starts with the team, you know, like with the Johnny Bench that I did recently, you know, being that the Reds played in Tampa for so many years, you know, right away I was like, all right, that's Tampa. And, you know, that's pretty much it. Just look in the background. Most likely, you know, those 60s, 70s cards, most of them are in spring training. So you just got to follow where the team played. And, you know, like George being out in Arizona, man, I'd love to go out there. I'll be geeking out at some of the spots because there's some great, you know, even like Mantl's 52 Mantle, he was out in Arizona for that photo, you know, so there's some good history out there too.
I did not know that. Well, you know, Hugo, real quick, the other day we were talking on the phone, you and James and I, and you were talking about the 75 George Brett. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the Brett, that's at Terry Park in Fort Myers, and you know, the Royals played there for a little while, and before the Royals, the Pirates were there. So a lot of the classic, you know, Clemente pictures, they're right there at Terry Park. And, you know, it's been converted to like a museum. I mean, they still use it, but it's a really old stadium, you know. So I plan on going down there and lining up where George Brett, you know, was posing for that photo, you know, right there by the dugout. And, but yeah, that stuff like that, man, I geek out over that stuff. I love it. For me, it's just, you know, cardboard history, man. You know, we love baseball history, but I'm kind of like, cardboard. It just goes right along with regular baseball history. I see a card, and I like to know where it was at.
You never been to Fort Myers?
Yeah.
You never been?
Fort
Oh, I was
Myers,
gonna say, I used to skip.
Park and yeah,
I used to skip classes with my little girlfriend at the time to go watch Yankees Red Sox during spring training.
nice.
Right there, but now the stadium's beautiful. They made like a little mini green monster there, and
mini.
You're so romantic, Lou.
yeah. I mean, we went to a baseball game. It's better than school. Skip a couple classes.
Did you take her to the baseball card shop?
No, I can't push it so far. We usually hit the beach afterwards. So that's the beauty about Florida. I could get a little spring training, and then we'll go to the beach afterward. It was nice.
What's your top few places that you've been to so far that you can say you really felt it?
Man, all right. I'm about to lose my Red Sox Nation fan.
Blue Rock's house.
Hard, but anything with the Yankees, man. So like, like this one I showed earlier. These cards, this was taken at Huggins Stengel Field in St. Pete, and that's been my favorite spot, man, because it's still the original field, the practice field from, back when Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig were playing there, So, I ran the bases like a little kid, and it was a cool feeling, Like I like that feeling of just knowing, the history of what happened there for so many years, and I geeked out on that one big time, man. And then the Mets were there, and I don't know, just so much history. I'm gonna go back and do more videos there because it's like my favorite spot. My wife and I just when we go for a walk. Like you said, John. Get all romantic and just talk baseball with my lady. And look over at the field. It's cool. It's a cool feeling. So that's been my favorite. Even though it's just a practice field, there's like a lot of cool images on cardboard. Like the I think it's the 50 Bowman. Yogi Berra, the 54 Berra, cars like that. All those photos were taken there, So, yeah.
Baseball.
And yeah, no, it's the Yankees, man. If you know it's Yankees, I gotta show love, Like I'll let y'all in on a little something I never told anyone, but like, all right, so I didn't grow up like a Yankee hater, right? So, my mom dated a guy that was from the Bronx, for a few years. So he was like the only father figure I had, and so we talked baseball, man, and he was like. He'll talk about Willie Randolph and Dave Winfield, and he lived so close to Yankee Stadium, and so many great stories. I was kind of like that was like my second team, but I didn't want to let anyone know. I'd get jumped in my neighborhood. But now I don't live there anymore. It's all good. My family I'm already a misfit in my family, so I can let the cat out of the bag. That was my second team growing up.
Oh, the straw.
Straw, yeah, there you go.
Mookie's talking about 85 tops. I had to show him this one.
So you're like Pepino, man. You're a closet Yankee fan, then.
Man, a little bit.
Yeah.
You gotta admit it. Well, it's the history, man. It really is. It's just you can't beat it. They've had the top players, and the stadium was good. They shouldn't have tore that down. They should have. I guess it is what it is, but.
The history is great. New stadium's nice. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
But you know
what?
what?
See, Mookie's got it.
Yeah. Hey, I fell in love with your channel, bro, because I live in Florida and I didn't know half the stuff. I was learning stuff on your channel. Like, I need to go over there. I need to check that out.
I know the stuff that you show is amazing. It's like how you learn all that is unbelievable.
Hey, when you're a baseball nerd, man, you gotta let it out. You gotta embrace your nerddom. You know what I'm saying? Like, check it out. I just dropped a video today, and I was at a softball field a few days ago, and it was like one of the best softball players ever. And she grew up playing on that field, and for me, it was like, hey, I watch women's softball. I love it, man. It's exciting. I probably watch it more than I watch Major League Baseball, to be honest. And but yeah, it was cool just hanging out, watching softball and doing a video there. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, who do you follow in Florida now?
Man, in Florida, being I live in Lakeland, the Tigers play here. This was actually, Lansing Lugnuts. There's a lot of people down from Michigan in my area, so, you'll see a lot of stuff like this. People from Lansing, you got a lot of Detroit Tigers swag, you got the palm trees there. So, I'm only a few minutes from there. So, I follow the Tigers a lot now, and I know what's up with them. We go to games. They got a good deal going over there. So they just re-upped the lease. So they're going to be in town for a little longer. So it's pretty cool.
And do you hound the players for autographs during the game?
Man, I don't do it these days. I'm trying to get my son into it. At his age, I was a hound, man. I got some crazy experiences, like I would tap dudes on their arm while they're signing, stuff, and they'll get pissed off at me, and I would do whatever it took to get them to sign, try to get their attention. And, most of the times it worked. I had a huge autograph collection. So, but yeah, these days, not really. I kind of get a kick out of watching other people get it, just reminiscing of that feeling,
Did you ever get your baseball cards signed when you were a kid? Did you take them with you and have them sign your baseball cards, or was it baseballs?
Oh yeah,
baseball cards, right?
Baseball cards all the way. I have index cards for the guys that didn't have cards of, and that was like, I grew up near Pawtucket, like the Pawtucket Red Sox, minor league of the Red Sox. So, Johnny Pesky, Don DiMaggio, those guys were always around the ballpark. So it was really cool to run into them, but I didn't have their cards. I was just a little dude with, 80s, 90s cards, and so I'd get those guys on an index card, but everybody else, man, it was on the card.
Who's the most famous people that signed for you back then?
Man, Mo Vaughn was the best signer ever. Coolest dude, Mo Vaughn. And,
the hit dog.
Hit dog, man. He had a lot of good years, of course, and that was a big one. Deion Sanders, he was cool. I saw him with the Columbus Clippers. I missed Jeter. I didn't get to watch Jeter because I had moved by then. But
he does.
Guys like that. Can't think of anyone like super big. It was a lot of prospects, man, that kind of fizzled out. Kevin Moss.
Oh,
yeah.
You gotta mention him.
Ryan Taylor.
Dude, he was huge, man. He would sell out. Like, it would be a sellout crowd. That guy. Everybody thought that was the next, Lou Gehrig or something.
How about Juan Rivera?
Juan Rivera. Man.
Bam Bam Mulens or something.
Bam Mulens. That was a big one, man. Yeah, Bam
Roberto
Mulens.
Kelly.
Yeah, Roberto Kelly. Y'all remember Gerald Williams? Ice? You remember Ice? Gerald Williams? Yeah, he was a huge prospect. Yeah, he was a cool dude, man. I got him to sign a few times. A lot of Yankees, man, because, Columbus Clippers played the Paw Sox, so... Yeah, I got a lot of Yankee dudes. Sam Melatello, I don't know if that name rings a bell. He was a big pitching prospect. Sterling Hitchcock. This is the early 90s, man. Like, these dudes were like, the next coming of somebody big, and they amounted to nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. So
there were a lot of those over the years.
Yeah, prospecting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's the next one?
Hey, Hugo, you say you're getting into vintage. What era of vintage, or like, is it a team? Is it a decade?
Yeah. Mostly.
Who's influencing you, bro?
Well, I love the 50s cars, man. I think that was the best decade. So that has the biggest attraction. But for me, like spring training images and stuff, the 60s had some good, really good images. Like, I got, for example, I like Frank Robinson, right? Let me get that out of a thing. Like this, 67.
Oh, lick it.
I love this car, man. This is one of my favorites. This is in Miami. The photo was taken in Miami at the old Bobby Maduro Miami Stadium, that they demolished, unfortunately. But this is a classic card. I love this image. In the back of the card, man, this is like the most hardcore, like, if you like, Frank Robinson must have just passed this card out back in the day. If people were like, oh, who are you? He's just like, check out the stats, check out my resume. I mean, if you read the back of the card, man, it says he won the Triple Crown in '66. He won the World Series MVP in '66. It tells that he won Rookie of the Year in '56, and it's just like one MVP in both leagues. I mean, it's just like this guy's kicking butt, man. But yeah, the image is just, for me, I love this stuff, you know. So I like Orioles, of course, the Reds. You know, all the teams that were in Florida, those I tend to go to more than other teams, you know, out west. Like, you know, I don't, even though I like the Oakland A's and the Giants, I would rather go for guys, you know, teams that played on the East Coast more because of their ties to Florida, you know. So like the Tigers and stuff. Yeah, I'll be doing a lot of Tigers soon. You know, I'm just trying to pick up cards little by little, and then I'm going to do one of my big time geek videos, man, and just line up photos and stuff with, you know, Al Kaline and whoever else was, Norm Cash, and you know, those dudes had some good photos here in my hometown, you know. So
Norm Cash was a good player.
Yeah, my father-in-law was a big Tigers fan. He's from Lakeland. I mean, he passed away, but he loved the Tigers, and he had a ball signed by Al Kaline in spring training.
Oh, nice.
He gave it to me before he passed, and that's the only reason I even look for Al Kaline cards and the posters and stuff like that. Because he loved them, and that's because he had the ties. That guy's never been to Detroit, but every year, every year he was at the game.
Yeah, that's the effect they have in town here. You know, the Tigers. I mean, Al Kaline would be around every spring training. Willie Horton, you know, these dudes are big time local. You know, unfortunately, Al Kaline passed away, but up until his death, he was always here. You know, and you knew it. You know, you see him around town. Yeah.
What's funny, if you watch, there's an early 70s All-Star game, and Norm Cash is the only one not wearing a batting helmet. He still wasn't wearing a batting helmet. I think it was 73 or 74. Yeah, it really stands out. He was a tough dude. You know, he reminds me, the way he played reminded me of
Lenny Dykstra.
Why am I drawing a blank right now?
The
second, Chase Utley. Chase Utley, yeah. They're very scrappy players, very similar players.
Yeah, dirt dogs, man. Yeah, they do what it takes.
Overrated.
You know?
Chase Utley's overrated.
Who, Chase Utley?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's funny. I tell my brother about that. That's his favorite player. He's from Philly, and I'm a Pedroia guy.
I think he's a Hall of Famer too. The fact that he got more percentage points than Jimmy Rollins is a travesty.
Man. Yeah, it's true. I don't know what it is about Utley, but
I thought Utley was good.
He was good,
but I don't know about Hall of Famer. You know,
he ain't Hall of Fame good, but he was good.
I don't think so, man.
It was health that was.
Lou, you always got to go talking to Hall of Fame. It's like the most contested, argumentative topic in the world. I mean, people get less passionate about talking politics than they do the Hall of Fame.
That's true. It's true.
All right.
So you followed baseball from like the 80s and 90s, and then what era of baseball did you like the most? The 90s, like the stirred era, modern?
Man. Yeah, I mean, you know, when I got into it in '86. You know, that's when I moved to the U.S. and, you know, fell in love instantly with, you know, there was Red Sox fever, you know, and so the '80s is really special, you know, because I dove right in and like delved into all baseball, you know, and it was fun. So the '80s have a special place, you know, and of course the '90s. By then I was already a seasoned veteran. You know. I could go to the ballpark and have cards of all the players there and stuff, you know, and get autographs, all that good stuff. The 90s were good Memories in the 90s, but...
Wait. But how'd you feel about Bill Buckner?
Dude, Bill Buckner, man, you know, no joke. Like, I wasn't a huge fan yet when he committed that error, so for me it wasn't, like, a big deal. I didn't understand the gravity of it. But, you know, you would hear the hate, you know? And I was at a game, you know, this was in the 90s. He was... kind of like a hitting instructor. He was one of these like traveling hitting instructors for one of the teams that came through Pawtucket. And he came out, you know, and I got his autograph on an index card. and he was nice. He was signing autographs, but man, the crowd was intense. You know, like, and I don't know if at the time I didn't know what went down, but you know, there was police presence and everything, and there was a little scuffle in the crowd. It turns out it was Buckner, like, grabbed the dude in the crowd, you know, that was just like really laying into him.
Really?
And I read about it afterwards, and I was like, oh man, this is wild. I was there, you know, but I saw how nasty people were to this guy, and I'm like, man, you know.
Yeah.
But I never really felt it. I never had that animosity towards the guy. I was just like, hey, you know, he shouldn't have been in the game. I understand why, you know, McNamara left him in, because, you know, it's like, celebrate on the field. You know, he kind of paid his dues. He was a veteran, but you gotta, man, defense, man, you gotta take care of you gotta secure the win. You know, so
There's still a game afterward. They lost that game too. It's like,
yeah,
it's just a shame.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
So you went to the 90s, and then what else? 2000s when they finally won?
2000, oh yeah, 04, man, big time. You know, that was just.
they all came out of the woodwork. All the Red Sox fans came out of the woodwork.
It's true, man. It's true. There was like, I didn't know there were that many Red Sox fans. There was people in my family I didn't even know cared about baseball, but you know, and all of a sudden they were all celebrating. They just wanted to be part of it, you know. But yeah, 04, man, that was wild. You know, I still watch. I got the whole, you know, ALCS on DVD once in a while, man. Because the Red Sox are terrible right now. So, you know, you got to relive your glory days, man, somehow, you know.
They're going to be looking up for a long time, by the way. They're going to be looking up for a long time. With the Blue Jays, the Orioles.
Orioles are legit, man. I got the Orioles winning the East again. It's going to be Orioles. Yankees are going to be right there. Blue Jays are better.
You just
Red Sox are hurt, man. Yeah.
Orioles ain't winning nothing.
I was talking with George earlier, and we were talking about the Dodgers lineup. How crazy and stacked that lineup is. Oh, man.
It's insane.
Insane.
All-star lineup.
It's like one of the best lineups I think I could remember, man.
Hey,
imagine if they still had Corey Seager, too.
Yeah.
Hey, James, we won't do it here because I love John, and I won't put him through it. But on the next stream, we got to go lineup for lineup. Who's better, Dodgers or Yankees? That lineup for the Yankees. I mean, you got Soto in the 2-hole and Judge at 3. Come on, man. I won't do it. We won't do it. We won't do it.
It's just the Dodgers with Betts. I mean, Freeman. Jesus Christ.
MVP 2-3. 2-3. You got Mookie and Freddie. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. And then Shohei is going to have the best protection he's ever had in his career. So who knows what he's going to do now with that type of protection.
Yep.
It's
going to be fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're looking forward to this year. John, how you feel about your Pirates?
Oh, come on, man.
I didn't even go there, bro.
I'll leave that to Hugo. He specializes in the minor leagues.
O'Neal Cruz, baby. O'Neal Cruz.
He's back.
Yeah.
He's back. I
like him better than
looking forward to seeing him. You know, I like
him better
Ryan
than
Reynolds.
Yeah, they got some good ball players, though.
We got McCutchen back. I always really liked McCutchen.
Yeah.
They always have some good young players, but you know, in September they go somewhere else and play in the playoffs.
I know. I like that third baseman, Brian Hayes. Good ball player, man. Good glove. Yeah.
Yeah, he finally won a Gold Glove last year.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Won one the year before.
Man, I saw a video the other day that said something about he has like the best fielding percentage, you know, through the first like 500 games of his career or something like that. Something along those lines. You know, better than Brooks Robinson. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty wild. Better than Schmidt, which is
he's a nice fielder and he's a very streaky hitter. When he catches fire, he's good.
Yeah.
But O'Neal Cruz, I mean, where in baseball history have you seen a 6'7" shortstop who can hit for average, hit for power, and run and still base?
Yeah,
he flies.
Yeah.
So I hope his ankle hasn't affected that because that was a pretty nasty injury he had.
Yeah.
Between him and Ellie De La Cruz, man.
And his arm is a rifle.
Yeah.
He has a rifle.
Two great shortstops playing the game right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I lean towards O'Neal
so
Cruz.
exciting.
I like O'Neal Cruz better. I like his similar skill sets, but I think he's a better hitter. It's just he got hurt.
Yeah.
Hugo, have you delved into pre-war a lot?
No, man. The only pre-war in my collection is stuff that I actually received from, Dan Old Sarge collects. He hooked me up with some pre-war stuff, but that's all I got. He gave me a Diamond Stars of a guy here, and that played for the Tigers, so that was a special card. But I'll be getting into some of those. I want to like Al Lopez, Diamond Stars. I like that card.
Yeah.
So I'll be picking up
34.
things here and there. Of guys that have some kind of ties locally. So yeah, I'll be picking up some pre-war.
I'll tell you what, check
Hugo.
out the Al Lopez, and you can generally get these pretty reasonably. The Al Lopez Batter Up.
Stand up.
It's a really cool card.
Okay.
Cool looking card. And I love this 38 Gaudy too.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one. That's right, 38 Gaudy.
Yeah, that's going to be more pricey than the Batter Up, but he's like taking his mask off and catching a pop up.
So,
bro, when you get that diamond or the Batters Up and go to Al Lopez Park, that's in my area of operation. So you can invite me, bro. I want to do a location spot with you, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Al Lopez Park, right there by Jesuit, because Jesuit High School is right there, and they had some ball players come out there as well.
Yep.
So
I've been to the Jesuit High School. Yeah, it's a nice. They got a nice facility, man. Sheffield's kid played there last year, and they've had some ballers, man. Come out, of course, Al Lopez, Magadan, Lou Piniella. They've had some serious ball players come through.
McGriff. I don't think his kid played. His kid didn't play baseball, but his kid played football. He was a decent wide receiver. So McGriff was there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. At Jesuit.
Vinny Testaverde kid was there. So there's a lot of money at that school.
Nice.
But they actually have a museum.
That'll be fun.
They actually have a museum of all the ball players that went there. So it's pretty cool. You gotta check that out.
Yeah, they got a cool museum. Yeah, I've been inside of it, man. It's pretty nice. They do a good job. They better. For the tuition you pay to send your kids there. It's like
about 15, 20 G's.
Yeah, man, it's no joke. Orlando's sent his kids there, so Orlando's doing well. But yeah, Orlando's son, I believe, went to Jesuit school. So
yeah, it's a great school.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go, Orlando. That's it.
Yeah, I tried to get my son to go there, but he didn't want to do the all-boys school. He wanted to go.
Hugo, so you like to collect in a way where you're connected to it. You don't really collect teams or players. It's more of the connection.
Yeah, not anymore, man. I used to be straight up Red Sox, mostly. And nowadays, I still love the Red Sox, but it's got to have a connection now, And being that I'm a Florida guy, I like those spring training connections and, just the history kind of. The thing is, there's this book, man. This is another thing that kind of got me into it. This book here from Babe Ruth Slept Here. It's like Baseball Landmarks of New York City. This is a pretty interesting book, man. You go through it and it just like has locations of all like cool things that have to do with baseball. Literally like if Babe Ruth slept somewhere, so stuff like that, man. I'm trying to, eventually go down that path here in Florida. Like I know where Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, stayed at spring training in St. Pete. Like I know the building. And so if I could kind of replicate this, I'm not gonna do it the same way this dude did, but kind of just talk about it in that way. But Florida style, that's kind of long-term goal, So because it is a lot of cool history here in Florida. There's a lot of good stuff. So got to take advantage of it, man. I'm around it. I've only scratched the surface, man. There's so many places I want to hit up. Just time and got to pick up the cards because I'm first of all I'm a card channel, so I gotta show the cardboard, so I gotta have it, and that'll make it official. You know what I mean? If I have the card and I go to the spot, so it'll take time, but it'll be a slow burn, man. It'll be worth the wait,
Yeah. What cards do you have there that you set aside to share?
Man, all right. Let's see. All right, this is a little bit. Sorry, got to brag about this one, but I won this one recently from Darren, return to collecting.
Okay.
I
This
know.
been,
You got
it doesn't
me.
have
I
any
was going
pass
for
to it,
that
but
one.
I've been like so giddy about it, man. PSA National, who gives that out on a on a giveaway? Darren does, But
Darren's on another level, bro. Darren's on
yeah.
another
All right.
level.
So the Dodgers are another big one. I'm gonna do. I plan on going down to Vero Beach. Steve Garvey. Most of his cards were down in Vero Beach, Dodger Town. So I'll be doing a video about that soon. Here's of course, we talked about Terry Park down in Fort Myers. Frank White. That's at the same park as Brett was just a few yards down from where Frank White's standing there. And same year, everything took his photo there. Winter Haven hosted the Red Sox for years, so I plan on doing some videos there. The ballpark's still around, so looks a lot different than it does in that picture. But these are all places that I plan on hitting down the line. Of course, got to show Glaber. Legends Field, Steinbrenner Field is a big time ballpark here, one of the best facilities, and I haven't done a video there yet, but I plan on it. There's a lot of cool history there, and but even cards like this is another one. This is one of my favorite cards. Now this was down in West Palm Beach when Montreal Expos played there for years, and this is Coco LeBoy.
Okay.
So the Expos have a little bit of history here in Florida, and there's nothing there, but there's a placard like, I don't know, there's a Home Depot there now where the stadium used to sit. But I still plan on making the trip down and cover some of these cards of old Expos players and where they played. So yeah, stuff like that, man. That's what I got in mind. That's where my mind's at when I'm collecting. So that's what I gravitate towards.
Now, Coco LeBoy, he won. He came in second in Rookie of the Year voting that year.
Yeah.
He tied with Al Oliver.
Man, crazy.
Can you recognize the stadiums now when you look at a card?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely recognize them. Anything on the East Coast, any team that played in Florida, of course, stuff like this, the palm trees, being Dodgers, that's Vero Beach, so that's where my mind goes. And I know it's really off the beaten path, but that's again a tie to where I live, so I appreciate that. And
that's an easy drive too. Vero Beach is not a hard drive.
Yeah, it's in a lot of good cards. So yeah, that's what what I'm into, man. I know it's kind of strange, but you'll once you start going down and seeing the history and seeing these spots, it's pretty cool, I think.
Man, I admire that, man. I every time you do a video, and I'm in awe when you're just showing the card with the exact spot in the background, and I'm like, how is he doing this? I just feel like you're on some GOAT level or something, and you're doing something real magnificent. And I'm in awe.
Absolutely, it's like overwhelming to try to get your head around it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's totally intimidating. I can't remember anything you say. Like it's overwhelming. It's too much.
Man,
I feel like a slacker because I'm like, I'm here. I didn't know half the stuff. I'm like, that makes sense. I mean, all the baseball history in
taking
Florida.
Notes when I watch his videos.
Yeah.
Well, Lou, that just says that you're an underachiever, that you didn't know all this stuff.
As Legends Field or bust. I just go to Tampa and I bounce around because talking to John earlier, Hugo would know it's tough getting tickets to Yankee spring training. So if you're a Yankee fan, you go to Lakeland, you go to Dunedin, you go to Vero, because everyone rotates.
Yeah.
So that's how you just follow your team.
Yeah.
So, but we're lucky to do that because it's like, how many teams you would know off the top of your head? How many teams are in Florida for spring training? Like
probably
7 or 8?
At least 15. Yeah, about 15 right now, I'd imagine. But
15 guys. See, I'm at 8.
There's got to be maybe more, maybe 16. I don't know, but it's not too many, man. We lost a lot to Arizona. That there's a lot that don't make sense. Like Cleveland. I think they should play in Florida, but they're out in Arizona, so
Arizona.
I just, there's so many people from Cleveland down in the Florida area, so you would think they would play here, but yeah, we're losing them little by little. I mean, Arizona does have some nice facilities, man. So they've attracted a lot of teams out there, and it's understandable, but.
Sure, I forgot the Mets play down here too. Port St. Lucie, right? Mets play there.
Oh yeah, the Mets, right? Yep.
I went to watch the Minnesota Twins complex, and that's how I met Torrey Hunter.
Nice.
And I hung out with him. I've told that story in my channel previously, but yeah, it's funny how you could just bump into them like just in the area because they're all just milling around, and I didn't even know it was Torrey Hunter. It just happened, and we were chatting. And eventually he lets me know who he is. And I was like dumbstruck, like, I know who you are. Like, wait a minute, what are you doing here with me? Yeah. And that was like surreal. Now, moving forward, and like, what's your next step after you visit some of these card places? Like, are you gonna visit like other states? Are you gonna look to go to Arizona? Like, what's your next step?
Man, yeah, for sure. Arizona, that's definitely, I better have everything ready for Arizona. Go out there and just boom, 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 and knock it out. But yeah, I'll just after I'm done with Florida, it'll be a while, but I do plan on hitting the road. There's a lot of cool stuff all around, man. I'll be in Louisville, Kentucky in about a month. Next month I'll be up there, so I plan on doing some out-of-state videos, on the way up and down. I plan on driving, so I'm going to have some out-of-state stuff. So hopefully it'll be cool stuff, and, I'll see what I can dig up, and, yeah, it'll be good.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was
that's a heck of a drive to Louisville.
What's that?
That's a heck of a drive to Louisville.
It is, man.
I lived in Cincinnati for a while, and
okay.
I got a job down in Florida. So I took 75 basically the whole way there. It took like almost 2 days.
Man,
wow. I was on the same road the whole time.
Man, that's good. Yeah, it says from here where I'm at, it's like 15, 16 hours, isn't it? I don't know. It doesn't sound right, but I probably looked it up like late at night when there's no traffic. Yeah.
Check flights, because I'm actually doing the Bourbon Trail at the end of the year, and wife got tickets to go check out the Louisville Slugger, museum factory.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah, bro. It's actually not that. You'll spend more in gas. Like the flights, she was surprised how much the prices were for flight.
We didn't even look, man. I didn't even check flights, because I thought it would be a cool road trip, because just for the stuff that I like to do, and I figure I'll have good bit of amount of content, and the Louisville Slugger, I plan on hitting that up. I got my bat that you guys have signed, Lou and John, and it's a Louisville Slugger, so I plan on going there, bringing the bat with me on the road, and you never know, man. You never know who you're gonna run into, and on the way up or down. There's some cats that live right off the highway there, and I'm not gonna say any names, but just in case, But,
yeah, you're gonna stop in Atlanta at HQ, that new card stop.
It's funny you say that, man. I'm gonna stop by and check it out.
I want to go.
See what the hype's about, But I mean, it looks, hey, give the man credit for trying it, and
hey, you're going right past there. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out here soon.
Yeah, I'll stop by. Might even buy something. Buy. His deals were actually decent on vintage. From what I saw on videos, it's pretty comparable to what they're going for. So usually there's a little bit of a markup, but I thought, it's pretty good. I might actually buy something from him.
I didn't see a lot of vintage on the videos I watched.
Oh,
it was like mostly,
Yeah.
Basketball, modern.
All you young kids with your PSA 10s of brand new cards. That's what I saw.
I watched Mike Ham had some good footage. Mike Ham. Yeah, he.
Yeah, that's what I watched.
Vintage. Yeah,
that's the one I watched. Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't much though. You're right. There wasn't much, but he's got to appeal to all genres, so he's got to keep up.
Yeah. Are you gonna head over to the National this year?
Man, I can't make it to the National. Unfortunately, like I'm gonna be. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna be hanging out with Theo, Clemente Collector. I'm gonna be with Theo the week before. We're going to the Dominican Republic, so I'm
You
using
are?
up a lot of my free time to do that, you know. And so when I come back, I'm gonna be strapped for. I gotta, you know, get work done and stuff. So unfortunately, I
Where in
won't be
the
able
are
to
you
make it.
going?
What's
Yeah, what are
that?
you
You guys
going there
doing like
for?
Man, it's
ministry?
actually, you know, Theo's a basketball guy. I play some basketball. He's putting on like a youth basketball clinic, and I'm going down to help him out. It's through church, you know, it's like a ministry. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some, you know, talking to the youth, and you know, being that I speak Spanish, I could communicate a little better than Theo can with, you know. And yeah, we're gonna bring some cards with us, man. It's gonna be good. We're gonna hand out some cards and you know, just it's gonna be a blast, you know, and basketball in Dominican Republic, you know, who would have thought? But yeah, Theo
basketball is
reached
big in the
out
Dominican.
and it was like, yeah, let's go, man, let's do it. It's gonna be fun.
That's where I went on my honeymoon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I rented this big house.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it was
Man.
pretty nice.
Well, Hugo and Theo are gonna stay in that same house, the honeymoon suite.
Hey, where in DR are you going to be?
Cibao. I don't know if you know what that is, Cibao. It's like it's pretty populous. But I was thinking Santo Domingo, you know, San Pedro de Macorís, like somewhere that like from baseball cards, you know, like baseball players. You know?
Yeah, my mom's from Santo
Bani,
Domingo.
but yeah. So we're flying into
like
Cibao, and
man.
I'm not familiar with that, you know. Yeah, Cibao, Cibao. I'm not familiar with it, but there's a ballpark there, you know, pretty big stadium, and you know a lot of guys play through there like pool holes and stuff. So it'd be cool if we could catch a game, you know.
Have you been to Hispaniola before?
Oh wait, what's that, John?
Have you been to Hispaniola before?
No, I haven't actually. No, this will be my first time, so it'll be.
So there's a big uprising in Haiti right now.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Few people know those places are connected, and they're both that what is it, like an island, I guess, is referred to as Hispaniola.
Yep.
Nobody knows that.
Yeah.
Or few people do. But they abut, but I guess it's real hard to get from one to the other, like without going on the water. It's all like jungle and stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I always tell people.
Yeah, I didn't know about the uprising though, man. Well, I hope things.
Oh yeah,
down,
there's
man.
like another coup there.
Their
politics has been bad for a long time.
Yeah,
it's just sad.
It is, man. It is.
I got to put this up. Jason says he's on vacation. But what the blank is that title? Hugo the Pastime joins the Misfits. We have a new member. That's hilarious.
I just got that.
I didn't even think about it sounding that way.
Jason's been trying 2 years.
So, all right. So, I guess, Lou, you want to show some cards? I know you wanted to show some cards.
I asked you if we were showing cards. I didn't get anything. Everything's still nice and organized.
Come on.
Everything's nice and organized. I asked you before the stream, like, are you guys showing cards? Because I heard Hugo tapping cards and shuffling. So I didn't get anything. I just got what's on my desk.
A few cards, but if no one's showing cards, you know, I don't want to.
Oh man.
I'll show
you.
The super vintage Anthony Volpe rookie card refractor.
Cool.
I actually gotta go. Ooh, okay. It's got this. Look at that shine, so shiny. And then, like I said, this is how you know you're an addict. I saw it, and all these are just straight butter. Look how beautiful. All centered for Dylan. Super sharp corners.
Wait, is that in Florida?
$1 a piece. Oh yeah. I don't know. Ask the boy Hugo.
We gotta test Hugo. Is that in Florida?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is, man. You know what? I want to say, yeah. Back then, the Cleveland Indians were in Winter Haven still. So, oh wait, this is before '93. So, Probably not, man. That might be Arizona already. I'm not sure. I'm slipping, man. I'm slipping.
We're testing you, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna test you now. Let's see if you tell me where this is at.
All right.
Oh,
Here
no,
we go.
this guy.
I'm about to be exposed.
I got something. You said the 60s cards are. Oh,
All right,
yeah.
that's in Anaheim. That's at Angel Stadium. So definitely not spring training.
Hey, I wanted to test you to see if you were the real deal. Let me see if I could find one to see if I could test you.
All right.
I'm gonna rifle through some cards real quick.
Yeah, I got a tough one for you.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
Where was this one taken?
Oh man. Look at that. That's a beauty, man. But yeah, same stadium. It's got to be.
I'm joking because there's nothing but sky in the background.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like the tree looks familiar. Yeah.
I'm trying to find. I don't know if I could. All right, let's see if this one is Florida.
All right.
Ready?
It's Yankees. Oh yeah. Hey, that's a good one, man. That is. I don't think that's Florida, unless it's on the road. But Cal Ripken. Like if you look at his '82 top traded, the background. I'm pretty sure it's Miami Stadium. So he does have a lot of stuff in Miami, but I don't think that one is one. That's got to be on the road, but I'm not familiar with that one.
Okay.
But that's a good one to pull out because that was around the time Miami Stadium was on the way down, and so Ripken made it. Oh, that's a nice one.
How about this one?
Let's take a look. All right. Oh man, is that Yankee Stadium though? I can't tell. Looks like the outfield of Yankee Stadium, but see, the Yankees were in St. Pete until '61, and then they went down to Fort Lauderdale because, believe it or not, St. Pete was still segregated, man, at the time. So Elston Howard couldn't stay with the team.
Would you say you don't mean Yankee Stadium?
Man, I can't. It's hard to tell. Right behind them, it looks like the bleachers in Yankee Stadium, but oh wait, I can't tell.
That can't be Yankee Stadium.
Oh man, it looked like a photo out to the outfield. So definitely not Yankee Stadium, but it's probably Fort Lauderdale. Wait, it's not Yankee Stadium? Isn't that on the?
I mean Yankee Stadium. Well, I'm
look
not
behind
familiar
them
with the stadium, but it was really high.
Isn't that like the seats behind him, like behind his back?
That's
you see
like
there?
pointing
You can
towards
see the upper
home.
deck. You can see the second and third deck.
I mean, they look really low.
Yeah. I mean, my guess would have been Yankee Stadium, but a lot of a lot of photos of him are down here too.
All right. How about one of your guys' rookie cards?
Hey man, gotta have that right there is that's Winter Haven for sure.
That's Winter Haven?
Hey,
that's Winter Haven, man. Yeah, for sure.
I just got a call from Victor. That is not his rookie card. That's 84 Fleer update.
Yeah, that's St. Pete. That's Al Lang Stadium. Right behind them. Cool story about the Lou Brock. Like, so that you see that hotel behind them? It's a Hilton now, but before Al Lang Stadium existed, the parking lot, that's where the old Al Lang Stadium was, and Babe Ruth hit a home run from that stadium all the way to that hotel, which is like one of those mythological homers. They're not sure how far, 600 feet, but all right. So that right there is in Orlando, I'm guessing, because it's Twins. The Twins played in Orlando, so that's Tinker Field in Orlando. Unfortunately, they tore it down after they said they wouldn't, because they turned it into a parking lot, man. They paved paradise and turned it into a parking lot, baby. That's the wrong move, Orlando. Not Orlando the collector, Orlando the city.
Say what's up to my boy Aaron Davis. Aaron Davis in the building.
Trying to see if I could find another one for you.
All right.
Let's see. I'm rummaging, can't find nothing.
Oh, I got tons. What do you want?
Hey Lou, that the one in Orlando that you showed, Lou, this is the only thing that remains there. I have this Frank Quillisi autograph, and right behind Frank Quillisi is the old Citrus Bowl, now Camping World Stadium. But that's the old football stadium there in Orlando. It's the only card I found that shows the stadium in the background. But the field is gone, the Tinker Field, but the football stadium's still there. So I dig this card for that. It's a pretty cool image. All right, who you got there, Lou?
I know.
Atlanta Braves. Yeah, the Braves were down. Who's that? Is that Cepeda?
Yeah.
Cepeda with the Braves. Man, that looks like a bigger stadium. So I would guess that was
this one.
Fulton County Stadium. But, all right, there you go. Now, that's a Florida image right there. Yeah, that's the stadium down in I want to say it was in West Palm Beach. I think that's where the Braves played back in the day. And it's long gone. That stadium's long gone now, but
all right, I got one for you. I don't think you're gonna get this one, but
all right, let's see. Aparicio. All right, man. No, I'm not gonna get this one, but my guess would have been Al Lopez. Field because the White Sox were there, but the White Sox were also in Sarasota. So I got to get my dates right, but my guess would have been Tampa. That would have been my guess.
I have
Al Lopez Field.
How about the Expos? Where did they play for spring training?
Expos. Yeah, they were down in West Palm.
Were they in West Palm?
I'm pretty sure it was West Palm. I got to get down there and talk about those guys. There's like landmarks down there that still show, but love that card, man. But yeah, that's one for sure.
Yeah, I got family in West Palm. There's my sister lives pretty close. They got a couple teams. I think 2 teams share a stadium down there, like Philly and the Nationals. I think it is.
Man. Yeah, I think so. The Nationals and is it the Cardinals? No.
Is it
Cardinals? No, Cardinals are in Jupiter. Man, I know that isn't there someone that on the West Coast, don't the Astros and the Braves, don't they share a stadium? I know West Coast, I know Liam would know. Because he's down in that area.
Sure.
Yeah.
How about a card like this? Would you be able to know anything about it? Let's see.
Oh, man. All right, Klaczynski. All right, so my guess would be that's Clearwater. The Phillies were in Clearwater for a long time. They've been in Clearwater a long time. So that would be, an old stadium that it got demolished. The field is still there, but it's called Jack Russell Stadium, I think it's the name. All right, that's a nice one, Lou, right there. The Willie Mays.
That's for my boy Mookie.
Yeah, that's St. Pete, baby.
Well, wait a minute. Klaczynski didn't play for the Phils.
Didn't he play for the Phils?
Cincinnati.
Oh, shoot.
And then he went to Pittsburgh for a couple years.
I'm slipping. All right, so Cincinnati.
And I forget where he went after Pittsburgh.
Cincinnati.
It doesn't matter once you do Pittsburgh. They're dead till you have to do Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
How about one like this?
Pittsburgh had a wonderful franchise until they decided to turn it into a farm system.
Man.
All right. Another test.
Ooh,
that's a nice one.
That's a good one. That's a hard one to tell, man. But the background, I would guess Cleveland was out in Arizona and California as well, I believe. So that would be out west somewhere, my guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not Dylan approved.
Not in Florida
that's
yet.
30 on the Dylan scale.
Yeah. It's a nice one, man.
Look, commenting collector. I never appreciated what cards were in.
Hey, that's my boy, man. Commenting collector. That's my tag team partner right there.
That's what Hugo does to you, man. It makes you really sink into the card.
Yeah.
Man, we could do this for days.
Days, man. Yeah, it's just, hey, it's my nerd stuff, man. I dig it. It's pretty cool. But I've been venturing into other stuff. My latest pickup is I'm going to feature this in the VR for Dan, Old Sarge Collects. I picked up the Ricky Henderson finally. It's a 4, but man, this thing is like a beauty. Sharp corners, everything. But this, I would guess this might be a spring training photo, but it'll definitely be out in Arizona. But I mean, look at this card, man. It's just sharp corners, the centering. It only got a 4. That's because it got a little wax stain in the back, but who cares? So
who cares is right.
That's it. Yeah, it's my latest pickup. Yeah, I don't mind wax stains, man. I mean, the wax era, man. You know, bubble gum in the cards and wax on the packs. It's all good. You know, it's part of, you know, it was part of the cards back then. So I have no problem.
Hugo, is that what you're saying? Hugo, are you saying that's how it came out the pack? Just like OC card, Mr. I love centering now.
Oh man, hey, there's a Billy Martin. All right, now that's St. Pete. That's the practice field, man. That's the Huggins Stengel field in St. Pete. Nice. When you see that many trees behind them, you know, it's still like that, man. There's a ton of trees, pine trees, and all that. It's a beautiful park, and it's all intact. You know, they use it for, you know, they let kids play on it now, and it's like an outreach program. You know, so it's really nice what they're doing with the field, and they keep up with it. You know, they're out there taking care of it, and nice history, man. You know, Marilyn Monroe used to hang there with Joe D back in the day. So,
you know what you'd be great at?
I'm looking at the background. I'm looking at the background of all my baseball cards, bro.
Yeah. I know, right? You'd be great at like the Museum Hall of Fame, where you'll be doing tours for the people. And if you ever seen that card, that was this place, and you know that was the glove that you see here with the bat.
Yeah. I plan on it, man.
Think
that
about
would be
it. There's a lot of museums down here.
Yeah. For sure.
Al Lopez, I still haven't gone to Ybor to see Al Lopez, bro.
Man, you gotta check it out. They got, you know, it's a pretty cool place, man. And you know, they were adding to it last time I was there, so it's just gonna get better. And they do like these cool hangouts every now and then where players show up. Like Wade Boggs and Fred McGriff were there. Like I don't know if it was the last time or the previous time. And they like smoke cigars, and you know, they just have bourbon and all that, and it's cool hangouts.
We can hit it, get a little cigar, a little cafecito right there on 7th Ave. Go to King Corona.
Man,
that'd be a good spot.
Ybor is the best, man. You know, it's a shame that the Rays don't build a stadium in that area. It's a perfect spot to have.
They were this close, bro.
They were close, man.
You know how it is, all money. They were so close. Emily Arena, you know, the Lightning where they play, was a couple blocks down. It would have been perfect. But,
perfect, man. Yeah.
You know,
all walking distance, man. It's just they dropped the ball on that one. Rainboard, that's what they were calling it. It was perfect, man. That was the spot.
A great spot.
Hugo, I want to show you an Al Lopez I got years and years ago.
All right. Oh, sweet.
Oh, the premium.
Man. That's an image right there.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this years ago. In the old days, man, you could get these for nothing. Nobody wanted
them. Wow. What's that one called? That's the premium?
This is like
36.
I'm blank. This isn't the National Chickle though. This is the Gowdy, right?
That's a 36 premium because I'm trying to get
Gowdy, right?
Set.
All right.
I always confuse the Gowdy premiums and the National Chickle, which, by the way, there's no evidence to know for sure that it's National Chickle, but that's what they call them. I have this is a really cool one too. If you're into catchers,
yeah, catcher images are the best.
I'm trying to get the Ernie Lombardi and that premium. It's a nice.
Yeah.
I think Speaking of, where are you on the Randy Moss?
There you go.
Big Dicky. That's a nice one,
man.
And how about this? This is a cool one. This is a different one, and it's Bill Terry.
Ah, sweet.
And which is that one?
This is a. You know, I gotta look it up. It's a Gowdy premium. I believe
it's a different year though, probably earlier.
Yeah, these smaller ones. I got to refresh my memory on these darn things, to be honest with
you. You collect.
There's so many different kinds, and this is a unique one. Like you could, these have the signature, but this has a little box. Is Stuke on here? He'll know. I'm drawing a blank. Stuke. I just go to Stuke when I need to answer these questions.
Yeah, that's a nice image on the Terry.
I don't know all these premiums off the top of my head like I do the cards. They're kind of like the, I don't know. They're kind of like the strip cards. Like I never know those numbers off the top of my head. I have to look.
Yeah, I like those. They're starting to grow on me now. Yeah, those are a really nice image. It's a beautiful card. Sometimes they take images of them and really cool action poses.
Yeah.
This is an older one from the 20s. This is Babe Adams.
Nice.
Oh,
I like to follow.
Yeah, you know, Babe Adams as a rookie in that 1909 World Series as a rookie went Ty Cobb went 1-11 against him.
Nice. And Lou, you were going to show a card? Lou.
I just want to know where this was. This looked crowded. It looked like a sold-out game.
Nice. Yeah. That's got to be in Dodger
training
Stadium.
too?
That's a nice image.
Or is that like an actual game?
Yeah, that's an actual game, I believe. And at Dodger Stadium, it looks like. He's got the white Dodger Union. Because if it was down in Vero Beach, I would have known right away. At Holman Stadium, that's a, you know, I'd be able to tell. But that's a nice image right there.
That's pretty dope.
So
And 73 is full of good photos, man.
John, Sammy is saying that he has an impression of you. Sammy Thunder.
Oh, is that right, Sammy?
We got to see it now.
Come on and do it.
I can't wait. Oh, yeah. We'll send you the link, bro. We'll send you the link. I can't wait till Cleveland.
Hey, Sammy, text video it and text it to me.
No, I want to see it live. Sure, let me go get
my friend's brother did it. I was on these TV commercials years ago, and my friend's brother apparently did an impression of me, and I never knew it. He did an impersonation. So we were on a bachelor party road trip up to Niagara Falls, and I was driving the van, and they told me that he did this. So I'm like, well, show me. So he wouldn't show me, and he had to pee. And I would not pull that van over until he did that impersonation. He was screaming. He had to pee so bad.
Was it good, the impression?
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
But I never saw anybody have to pee so bad in my life. He held out as long as he could.
So,
hey, Hugo. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna go ahead, Lou, if you want to say something.
I was gonna ask when's the next show, because I got, life is getting back to normal for me, and I haven't been to a show in months. I want to hit one up next month.
Yeah, same here, man.
So I know there's gotta be. I mean, it seems like every other weekend there's a show here, so I didn't know which one you were going to hit. Maybe we can.
Yeah, no, man, I kind of like the one off of, right before you head over across the bridge, the one at the hotel there, the Howard Johnson, I think it is, or Holiday Inn. It's a small show.
Oh, the Tampa one.
The Tampa
by
one.
West Shore.
Yeah, by West Shore. That's it. Before going across the bridge, it's sneaky good, man. It's a small show, but I always seem to find good stuff there. So that's the one I plan on hitting.
That's decent. I mean, the Clearwater one gets a lot of hype. There's like two good vintage guys, but they got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of modern. But no, that Tampa one on West Shore is a great one. I don't mind that one. That's actually close to the house.
Yeah. I know where to go, and just take my time, go through what I want to go through, and I always leave happy. The other shows, it's a little too much, a little overwhelming. I think too chaotic, But yeah, the West Shore one's good.
I was gonna ask you, do you hang out with other YouTubers out there in Florida?
Man, the local guys, not really. Like, I've seen Lou just once, and I haven't met Jason Fisherbike in person yet. But I've met Hitman 23, Liam I've seen a couple of times, Six and Seams, Mike I've met him. Let's see who else is down here.
You know where I live? Just call me up and show up.
Yeah,
Michael Ham.
Mike Ham. Yeah, I see Mike Ham at shows. He's always at the doing the shows. So I see Mike Ham probably more than all the other guys.
How about Orlando? Orlando's too far from you?
Orlando, met him at Lou Rock's get together, but no, we always plan on it, but it seems like every time he's around my way, I'm not around, so it's gonna happen for sure though. Orlando's always my neck of the woods, you know.
Speaking of the devil, Mike Ham is in the chat. He says Seminoles gonna have
Mike Ham, what's up?
Yeah,
there's a show this week.
That's the dude right there. There you go. Seminole this weekend. Oh yeah, there you go. Super. Oh yeah, it is a small one.
Hey James, give me a couple minutes. I gotta go say hi.
So Mike Ham that's the dude for shows in Florida, man.
Yeah. So do you think that YouTube overall got you into cards more, like more passionate about it?
Yeah, for sure. You know, because when I got onto YouTube, you know, the name of my channel, Signs of the Pastime, I really only cared about autographs. You know, it was like something from my childhood that stuck. It's like, what did I like most? It was like getting autographs. And now, you know, here we are a year in, and which actually I dropped my first video after watching a live with you two guys. You know, it was you two and Dom was on there. It was like end of February, and then like 4 days later, I dropped my first video. You know, and you guys were talking about getting people on, you know, for making that move and finally uploading a video. So I did, and yeah, back then a year ago, it was all autographs. That's all I cared about. And now, man, like I can't remember the last time I bought an autograph. To be honest, it's been a while. I'm getting more into just the cards itself. You know, like simplifying things, and I don't have to chase after the autograph. I'm appreciating the cardboard more itself, which it's been fun. You know, I'm liking where I'm headed. I'm taking my time, really getting the stuff I really enjoy and really like. I don't have much room, so I got to be careful how I grow my collection. You know,
that's always a challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I find I get inspired by other YouTubers that they get me to start searching for certain cards when they show them, and I'm like, whoa, that's kind of cool, and I start searching them. Do you find that happens to you too?
Right. Yeah, I forgot to say that in the last question. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, like I think I'm heading that way because I watch guys like I mentioned, Shane and Dylan, and you know they always show stuff that I'm like, man, that'd be cool to have in my collection. Like I really like that card, and you know, and now my mind is more towards the card than the, you know, like I said, getting the autograph. Autographs are still cool, you know, like but autographs now, it's almost like what kind of autographs do I target? And I'm doing a lot of Negro League autographs. I think that's, you know, a good way to, you know, like if I start showing autographs, it's going to be mostly Negro Leaguers, you know, like, I mean, even down to the umpire. I mean, this is Bob Motley. You know, Bob Motley was an umpire in the Negro Leagues. So I got this JSA certified autograph, and, you know, stuff like this I really go after, you know, guys that maybe people never heard of, like Joe B. Scott and, you know, Josh Johnson. Now, this is one of the hardest autographs for me that I found. It was Pat Scantlebury from Panama. You know, he had a cup of coffee in the big leagues, and I'm just glad to have that autograph. You know, stuff like that I really go after. Like this guy here, Piper Davis. A lot of people don't know that he was actually signed by the Red Sox. But, you know, everyone knows that it wasn't until 1959 that the Red Sox integrated with, you know, what's his name? Pumpsy Green. So, you know, but way before Pumpsy Green, Piper Davis could have been that guy to play for the Red Sox. And this guy's a legend, man. You know,
Piper Davis, I have his mother's cookie card. He has a mother's cookie card. And he was Willie Mays' mentor.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of guys credit, you know, Piper Davis for showing them the ropes and, you know, being a mentor.
Yeah.
Yep. Because, you know, he played
he was high school when he grabbed
right.
him. He got him to play in some what was it, like a still company team or something like that when he was in high school.
Yeah.
Willie attributed a lot of his success to him.
Yep, exactly. There you go. So, you know, like, so this autograph, I'd rather chase this than, you know, most of the big name guys that, you know, we all go after, I guess you could say. You know, I really appreciate these type of autographs for that fact that you mentioned, John. You know, Piper Davis, he, you know, played for the Birmingham Black Barons. I just hope, you know, these guys get a little spotlight, you know, this year when they do the, you know, like the Field of Dreams game. They're going to play in Birmingham. So hopefully the Black Barons will, you know, will like Major League Baseball show them some love, and guys like Piper Davis could be, brought up into the spotlight. So
I have a bit of a Negro League autograph collection as well.
That's nice.
You have a double duty Ratcliffe?
Yeah, I got double duty. Man, that's another one. He signed it as Ted Ratcliffe on this one, but I'm going to get another one that says double duty. I like it when they sign with their nicknames, But yeah, this guy, man, great history here.
You don't have a Buzz Clarkson, do you?
Nah, man. I saw you the Buzz Clarkson the other day. I was like, oh, that would be a nice one to get.
He doesn't have too many cards.
No, definitely not. In autographs, I haven't even seen one, man. But, there's so many great ones out there, like whatever I can find, it's, I think, well worth picking up, It's great history of baseball there, and, what's that?
I was just going to say, Buzz Clarkson was Clemente's first manager. Do you know where? Was it in Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico, man. It must have been Santurce is where Clemente played, Cangrejeros, and it was like 1953, was it? I want to say.
Is that where it was?
It probably was like 53. I want to guess. I don't know. But, Clemente, this was Clemente's favorite player.
Monty Irvin, yeah.
Monty Irvin. Clemente would watch him. He would sit by right field and watch Monty Irvin, and they would play catch and everything, man. He would watch him, how he handled the fans and people, and he said, that's, good, upstanding guy right there. I want to be like him someday. Sure enough, Clemente was, we all know how great a guy he was, but Monty Irvin was the guy that.
The great one.
Yeah. So.
Man, that's sweet. Yeah, you're jealous. I only have like one Negro League autograph, Ray Dandridge. That's it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Dandridge is a great one, though, He's a Florida guy.
I don't get Buck O'Neil.
You guys, you think this is weird? All right, so here's Ray Dandridge, okay?
I have a Buck O'Neil and a Buck Leonard.
Nice. The Bucks. All right, so let me ask you guys this.
Buck O'Neil from a pack myself. I have it back here.
The front row, probably, right?
Yeah, this is the front row. I like this image, him sliding into home. The other one was just, a portrait, which portraits are cool, if they're signed, but I like action shots, and you see the catcher there. And all right, so let me ask you guys if you think this is strange. Ray Dandridge lived in Palm Bay, his last years alive, and he's buried in Palm Bay. I thought of going to his gravesite. Do you guys think that's weird? I've never done
that. Don did that with Honus Wagner.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's dumb if you want to go and pay respects.
Pay respects, yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought, I've been, my friends live in Melbourne, which is close by, and so when I go out and visit them, I figure, let me stop by, give a little shout out to Ray Dandridge. Guy never got to play in the big leagues, man. He was so stinking good. 4 years in the minor leagues, MVP in the minors and all that, and they didn't give him a shot because they had that stupid rule, where they wanted to keep two guys at a time, and it's a shame,
If you do it respectful. I mean, don't be playing baseball on the grave site, but
don't
you're
right. Video, dude.
Nah, because me, man.
You're good, bro.
Nah, I'll be respectful, and because me, I have a tendency to run around and act a fool sometimes. But at a graveyard, I'll definitely.
I'll do a WWE promo.
Let me show this card, James.
What'd you say, Lou?
Don't do a WWE promo like, oh yeah, I'm talking to you, bro.
Hey,
Don't do the double python. You and I know you did that.
Hey, man, wrestling. Hey, wrestling was my first love. Before I even spoke English, man, wrestling was my first love. Oh, is that a Dandridge?
Yeah.
No, man. Caramelo Deportivo?
Yeah. It's mislabeled though. This is actually the more rare 47.
Oh man.
And they mislabeled it. SGC did.
Bring it to Cleveland, bro. Bring it to Cleveland.
Which is great because being mislabeled, I got it for less.
Oh, that's good. That's how you want to get it.
That's a one.
It's a nice example too.
That's a clean back too.
I want the 46 too, but this one,
man,
this is really nice.
See those guys, man. They were legends down in Mexico and Cuba. Those.
Yeah.
they got their dues. You know, they got their respect over there for sure. That's
James.
This is the one I got.
Oh, nice.
Let me pull it up.
That's a classic image of Dandridge right there. It's nice.
Let me try to take care of Rick. Rick, I'll take care of you.
And then on the back, it has how you mail in for it.
Yeah.
So provenance. And it shows the price breakdown of what you got signed for how much. But that's my only Negro League. Y'all making me jealous.
Yeah, that's a good one to get, man. That's a good one. You know, but you'll be surprised. You know, like I think
James,
you know, I know like Dom is going after a Willie Mays autograph, and that's one I want to get. But this, you know, like James Cool Papa Bell, there's a lot of autographs out there of him, and they're so cheap. That's one that I think people should try to pick up. You know, Satchel Paige is getting up there in price. But, you know, this guy right here, I got this.
He was a good signer.
Yeah, this
and
one.
Monty Irvin too, man. He has lots of autos out there.
Yeah, Monty Irvin, great signer. You guys know Judy Johnson?
Yeah.
So, you know, this one, you know, PSA DNA, man, I got this for a few bucks, man. Nobody, because it's, I guess, in ink, ballpoint, who cares? I mean, this guy,
really?
Legend, man. I got it for like 15 bucks, I want to say. You know?
Wow.
And one of the greats, all-time greats in the Negro Leagues, you know, Hall of Famer, already certified. I mean, there's some great deals out there, man. You know?
Yeah, you know, I mean, like I'm kind of like you. There's certain players that have some sort of significance that most people don't even know, and I chase those kinds of things down, and you know, different types of sets and so forth. And I find I don't have any competition because everybody's chasing the same big cards over and over and over again.
Yeah, right.
And you know, if you're spending all your money, like, you know, if you get wrapped up in buying the high grades too, you have to pay a lot of money. So you have far less money to go after these other cards, and you're not going to find these other cards in high grade. So if that's what you're into, you're not going to even want them. But I get all these cards with like no bids. I'm like the only bidder because people don't know them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, even this card, I should have probably had to pay 3 times what I did.
Man, wow, that's a great one, man. Yeah.
What's up, Lou? I heard you calling out my name earlier.
Yeah, Rick was asking for a wrench, and I was trying to tell you give the boy a wrench, but I just switched accounts, so I gave him a wrench. He said,
I gave him a wrench. Wait.
You know.
He was asking how to do
that guy's head.
Hey, that's true.
John, you're saying that they texted you the video of the imitation.
They did.
They texted you.
Well, I'm on my phone right now. I can't. I have to hang up to view it.
You
I gotta
send that video.
I can't wait to see
it.
Send it to the thread, bro.
Well, I will look at it first, and if it's okay, I'll send it to you.
Come on.
Oh. Lou, I told Lou before the video started that I had my eye on a eBay listing. Randy Moss rookie card, and I won it, bro.
I'm here for, bro.
I won it with the exact amount you told me to put in. That's what won it. He told me throw some change in there because the change will win it. Sure enough, it went for the change.
People always go. It's like people go when they look at houses. You got to throw that extra 50, 75 cents on there, and boom. Look at. Yep. What I tell you, bro. This ain't my first day.
You told me to put it in for.
This ain't my first day.
It figures, man. I shared that I'm looking to pick up something, and he gives me the advice to win it. Without that change, I would have lost it.
I got you, brother. It's all about the Washingtons, baby.
Lou's good about spending other people's money.
Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna eat tomorrow.
Peanut butter jelly and ramen. That's it.
Man. I've been trying to pick up a Randy Moss rookie refractor for a while, and they finally started coming down in price. So they weren't lower than $200 for a long time in like a 9. And then I was like, you know what? Now that they're peaking at 200, I'm gonna go lower. I want one at 175, and I won it at 176. So I finally got that rookie card of Randy Moss.
Is this the video of Don?
That was the dude, man.
I'm gonna show you a pickup I got recently for my goats of football by position.
Hey! Speaking of Randy Moss, man, that one Thanksgiving game, wasn't that a great game? Oh my gosh,
3 catches, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they couldn't stop him.
So I picked up this Rob Gronkowski a while ago, but it's part of I think he's the GOAT of tight ends. Who knows if Kelsey takes that from him, but I think they're almost neck and neck right now with stats and stuff. But to me, it's Gronkowski. Like, that guy was like basically unstoppable. Unstoppable. I don't know.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
John, do you think anybody else, Tony Gonzalez, is above him?
You know, I mean, Tony Gonzalez, he's an interesting player because he was just like a big receiver.
Yeah, he was a hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't block like.
I don't know. They were such different tight ends.
Yeah,
but Gronk, man, it's hard to beat Gronk. It's hard to beat Gronk. I watched him destroy teams.
He was complete. He was a tight end. He blocked. He caught. He was just physical. Tony wasn't getting dirty. And even when he went to negotiations, he was trying to promote himself more as a receiver because that's where the money was. And he played like a receiver. You know? Yep.
Now I got a question.
You know, Gronk was there like every game. Like I don't know. I probably have to go with Gronk, but Tony Gonzalez was a fantastic receiver.
So, question: did Gronk make Tom Brady, or Tom Brady made Gronk?
Oh, Brady made everybody.
I think Gronk would have been good anywhere, but I agree with Lou. If you look, especially in their earlier Super Bowls and so forth, I mean, they didn't have all pros on the team. Like, he rarely had a formidable, an all-pro wide receiver or running back or anything. They had no-name defenses. He made everybody look good. I mean, if you put Edelman, like Edelman was a really talented guy, and Wes Welker. But if you put those on a team without, them on a team without Brady, are they what they were? Right. I'm not so sure.
And we saw that.
Welker left, and they brought Edelman, and he was doing even better than Welker. I mean, you give
Danny Amendola.
You give Brady a kind of little weapon like that, and he'll use him over and over and over again and beat the hell out of you.
The one time he had an elite receiver, what did they do? They went undefeated in the regular. They had Randy Moss.
Yeah,
Randy Moss.
The Giants.
Exactly.
Huh?
That's it.
He broke.
Man, it feels good. It feels good to hear Yankee fans talking so good about the Patriots, man. It feels really good.
Hey,
well, I mean, they won with all kind of different players. They never had the same players, right? But what did they have is they had Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, and that's why Gronk went so hard. The dude was always hurt, but when Brady, he would do it.
Like, Kelsey's the best tight end in the league now.
Yeah.
But again, if he's on the Carolina Panthers, is he the best tight end in the league? Would we know?
Right.
The quarterback definitely matters.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I got to pick up a nice Tom Brady. I had a Tom Brady in like a 7. It was the regular Bowman one, but I think I want something a little more crisper. Like, it had a lot of chipping on the edge, so eventually I moved that one. I said, I'm gonna try to get like an 8 that looks a little sharper. But it's definitely, I mean, Brady's the GOAT for quarterbacks, right? Like, it's not Joe Montana or even someone like older or anything, right?
Nah.
Well, I mean, it's hard to compare eras, but I mean, nobody talks about Otto Graham. He went to 10 straight championships, but it was before the Super Bowl era, so you just can't compare them. You cannot compare them.
It's like Mookie says, you can't compare great quarterbacks like Eli. He's 2-0 against the GOAT. The GOAT has yet to beat Eli Manning. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and well, the thing is everybody's going to judge based on Super Bowl wins. Otherwise, I mean, Dan Marino's in that conversation. He's probably the most talented quarterback I ever watched.
Do you think Mahomes?
Joe Montana was phenomenal. He was unstoppable.
Do you think Mahomes could catch Brady?
Not catch. Give him a run for his money. Mahomes will get a few, 4 or 5.
I don't know if anybody will go to that many Super Bowls again, man.
Yeah. I said the same thing as John, but he's been to 6 straight AFC championships. Am I incorrect in that? Like, I thought I read somewhere he's gone to 6 AFC championship games, meaning one more way. I mean, it's unbelievable what he's doing, but Brady's just. I think at one time, when he was with the Bucks, that Super Bowl, he was like in 13 or 18% of all Super Bowls played that he's participated in. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly possible, and all records eventually go down for the most part.
Yeah,
it's certainly possible, but man, Brady, it was just year in, year out, year in, year out, year in, year out.
Hugo,
he lost more Super Bowls than most guys ever won.
Yeah.
Hugo, I want your unbiased answer to this, okay? Unbiased.
All right.
Deion Sanders or Rob Woodson?
We're going one answer.
Only one answer.
Dude, all right. I'm going to go with Deion because if I had to go watch a guy play, it would be Deion. I seen him play baseball. I'm not watching football, but I got to go. Sorry, John.
Oh, you don't have to be sorry. I know the answer, so.
Got to go with Deion, man. Deion, the dude was, human highlight reel, man. You got to go watch him.
And the next time he sacks a quarterback or makes a tackle will be the first.
True.
Whatever.
Do you know that Rod Woodson has more punt return yardage than him, despite
really
returning punts for less years?
Yeah, because they weren't afraid to kick to him.
Oh, whatever.
They weren't afraid to kick to him.
He's second on the all-time interception list, for God's sakes.
Because he threw in his direction.
And he became an all-pro at safety as well, and played arguably one of the absolute best single-season defenses ever.
But can he hit a fastball like Deion?
Look at Michael.
I don't know if he could play baseball, but he could cover, man. The thing is they didn't ask him to just cover. He stopped the run. He blitzed. He did it all.
Yeah, all around, probably a better player than Deion, but I don't know. I always think like
if you just asked him to cover a guy and that's all he had to do.
Yeah.
You guys would maybe think differently, or maybe if he was more flamboyant when he ran into the end zone, and maybe he taunted people more, maybe that would do it. I mean,
part of the show.
They were both phenomenal cornerbacks. They were both shutdown corners. It's just if I'm gonna, I don't know. And Deion played on great teams. I mean, he played with Dallas and San Francisco. They were the best teams of the time.
Yeah.
And all they asked him to do was take away the number one receiver, and that's all they needed him to do. They had high scoring offenses and everything. So, it's hard to compare players. I hate to compare and pick like who was better, who was the GOAT, this and that, because they're all good in their own right. And it's so hard to say to pick one, because I think too that a lot of times you have to pick the player who's best for your team. Right? Like maybe Randy Moss is not best for every team. But so to me, if you're going to play in Pittsburgh, you have to blitz and you have to tackle.
Yeah.
How's your team going to do this year, John?
Who knows?
How you feel about Russell?
Yeah. Go hustle, man.
How you feel about Russell, bro?
I think it's absurd, but my guess is they signed him to a one-year contract, league minimum.
Yep.
So my guess is they brought him in to mentor Pickett.
I like Pickett
because if you're looking for a solution, you're not going to sign a guy, a guy who's really struggled and to a one-year deal. Like you would sign him to a longer deal, I would think. So my guess is they're bringing him in to be a mentor because they haven't coached Pickett well. He did not have a mentor. They brought in freaking Trubisky to be his damn mentor, which is absurd. So at least, Russell Wilson's been to Super Bowls. He's won. So if that's the reason, then I'm in favor of it.
Russell actually had a good
Mason?
season.
What happens to Mason?
They just let Deontay Johnson. They traded him away today. I found that out just before I jumped on here.
Man. So what happens to Mason Rudolph? Move on, like third string, or
They did not treat Mason Rudolph well, and for whatever reason, Tomlin never gave him a legitimate chance to start. I was a fan of him because I watch every Steeler game, and every time he would fill in for Big Ben, he would win. He was competitive, and he had he's certainly better than Trubisky. He had a better, I don't know. He did fine. He won with us. So I never understood why they brought Trubisky in to begin with, and I never understood why he was starting over Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Mason Rudolph is holding a grudge because they didn't treat him very well, not very fairly. They said everybody had a chance to start, but I don't believe that. And it took all the fans in the stadium 2 weeks in a row to chant his name before they finally brought him in.
Yeah.
And then look what he did. He did pretty good. But
got him in the playoffs.
I'm not a huge fan of all of our coaching, and especially the offensive coordinators we've had in the last 7-8 years. But
there's just one issue with that plan. Russell Wilson is not there to mentor. He went there because he believes he could start and be out.
I agree with you, but I don't know that he will.
Yeah.
But he may. But if you're looking for a long-term solution at quarterback, I don't know. You're going to bring an older quarterback in and on a 1-year deal. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Hugo, you follow the Patriots or you follow other teams too?
Followed the Bucs a little bit, just because the local team, and most of my friends are big Bucs fans, so I know what's going on with them Buccaneers. And but yeah, just the Patriots. Again, Boston. If it weren't for the Celtics and Bruins, man, right now the Patriots and the Red Sox are hurting. So Patriots, tough to watch right now. But hey, Bill's gone, so we'll see how it goes. Mac Jones is gone. We'll see, man. It's not looking good.
Who's going to be the quarterback this year? Or are they going to go
good
draft
question.
somebody?
They got a high draft pick, so I see them picking.
I was gonna say he's still in college, bro. Quarterback's still in
true.
college.
They have to have a very high draft pick, right?
Yeah.
One of the worst records last year.
Yep.
John, you see, Rick has time to chime in. He put Russell Wilson equals a Steelers Super Bowl. That's Rick.
We'll see. I'm not convinced.
It's possible. He didn't play that bad, to be honest. I don't know. I checked out some Broncos games. He didn't look washed up or anything.
Well, he played better last season than the season before, but he really wasn't playing too well in Seattle before he went to Denver. But I don't watch every game. But when I watched him, he really struggled.
Yeah,
the games that I've watched. But he was very solid in Seattle for so many years. He was just like Mr. Automatic. Never did anything fancy, but just win games.
Right.
And if he comes to Pittsburgh and can do that kind of thing, I'll be his biggest fan.
Hey, I think he's hungry, man.
I'm still a Kenny Pickett fan, though. I don't think they weaned him in right. They ended up having to start him way sooner than they wanted to. Even Mahomes sat for a year, and because Trubisky was so bad, and they made the dumb decision to bring him in. And I told everybody by week 5 Pickett will be starting, and he did. They had to bring him in. So they, I just don't think they weaned him correctly. His rookie season, he played well down the stretch because they were like 1-5 when he came, and they were an inch from going to the playoffs with him. He played pretty well, I thought, as a rookie. Last year, our offensive play calling and just the whole offense was just god awful for like the first 3 quarters of the season, just terrible. And that's the first time. That was the first time they fired a coach mid-season. So that I'm not the only one to think so. They let the offensive coordinator go mid-season, or a little past mid-season.
As a Giants fan, I'm licking my wounds from Saquon Barkley going to the Eagles.
Ooh.
That hurt.
Oh, I didn't hear he went there. Wow.
He signed there, and then Tiki Barber said he's dead to me, and they started a war between Saquon
New York is pissed.
clapping back.
All of New York is pissed.
Yeah, it's,
New Yorkers, like all the fans of New York radio, I listen to that a lot, and they said, "Look, we understand. Barkley, get your money, do what you got to do, get the bag, because the Giants are just atrocious."
Well, I have
But
to
the
say,
fact that he went to the Eagles just hurts twice as bad because he's gonna crush them. He is gonna. And now he's talking all this trash.
what's that, John?
I was just going to say, as somebody that doesn't root for either of those teams, I'm a Barkley fan, Penn State guy, and he's really good. And he's been. I feel like as a viewer, I've been cheated, having to watch him on the Giants. Like going to Philadelphia. I mean, maybe we'll really see what he could do.
Exactly.
I just feel like I've been cheated. He was like their only offense. And everybody just stack up against him.
Mm-hmm.
It was like McCaffrey in Carolina. That's why these guys were always hurt. You had the whole defense like iron. It's like Waterboy. Go get the ball. You know Barkley gonna get the ball.
Imagine Barkley. Imagine him. With Kansas City or any good team, Philadelphia. They. I don't know what happened to them at the end of the season, but they looked unstoppable until like the last 5 games.
Yeah.
But even you see what Najee Harris does in Pittsburgh. I mean, even Barkley, put him on that team. Even just any team that's gonna run and can pass and where he could have a little bit of success. I'd be excited. I'm excited to see it.
The Eagles, they got one of the top offenses now. They don't have a weakness. They got 2 great receivers, Hurts, good tight end, and now Barkley. Forget about it. That is a stout offense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the Ravens.
Too bad Kelsey retired because what a stud he was at center.
He'll come back.
I mean, that would be that's a little sad for Barkley going there. Because I think I don't know who their new center will be, but it's hard to beat Kelsey, right?
You never know. Maybe he'll retire after he sees this signing.
Hey, maybe
because he can still play. It's not like he's all beat up and everything.
Yeah, he was a stud, man.
He just doesn't want to go to training camp. Then he'll come back if they're like, look, rest, just come in for game 1. Those veterans.
He'll do like Gronk did with the Buccaneers, where he's like, "Oh, I'll just show up week 4.
Yeah,
I'll be as good as new. Don't worry about me."
Yeah,
do it.
I'm excited about the Ravens, though. You saw what the Ravens did today.
No, what?
Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson.
Oh, they got Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Well, I'm not very happy about that, but
that running game is going to be ridiculous. They're going to run for 300
the Steelers
yards.
just picked up Queen. They're all pro linebacker.
Yeah. Look at Mike Petty. You 4 should have your own football talk show.
Hey, we can talk about whatever, bro.
Man.
We love sports.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to run.
Nah, I think this is a good time to end it anyway. We've been on for over an hour and a half. I guess I just want to thank Hugo for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Nice, experience.
Hugo, great to have you on, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's been fun, man. I can't believe, I had a crazy day with spring break, and I had kids in and out of my house, and it was a chaotic day. I can't believe I had to unwind with the Misfits. It was like, that's kind of.
We took it easy.
Yeah, well, you should have more self-confidence and hang out with a better group.
Oh man! Hey, I was hoping to see my favorite Misfit, Jake, but he's.
Hey!
Hey!
That's my boy, man.
Yeah, my boy.
Jason's in the background, like. Jason's in the background, like, what? Jake's a Misfit?
Yeah. He always takes those pictures and superimposes himself somewhere in the picture, like Elmo.
Oh man,
yeah, he's pretty good.
I love the guy.
All right, guys.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I want to thank everyone that viewed, everyone that chimed in and commented. Thank you.
Sum it up.
Any last comments, guys? That's it.
And give us a sub. We need subs.
Oh, wait, I'll give you. Hey, can I do a shameless plug? Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said earlier, my first love was wrestling, right? Before baseball, I love wrestling. So I'm, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, all that stuff. You see me cutting promos, acting crazy and wild, but one of my boys here on YouTube that I met, his name's BK, Mac Wax Stacks. He's doing it's called Pack Pickup Battle, and it's a fun way to open packs. We tally up points, battle each other. We got tag team partners. It's me and Commenting Collector, Rob Sagadi, that's my boy. So we're doing a battle this week. It's gonna be fun. Just a little plug for all the guys that like wrestling out there. We can't be the only ones, man. Us 80s kids. All right, so check it out. It's gonna be Dre Diaz and BK Mac Wax Stacks against me and Commenting Collector. It's gonna be wild and fun. So if anybody digs wrestling, check us out. Thanks for the plug, man. I appreciate it.
Where's that at once again?
It's just gonna be on our channels. We're gonna rip packs and just tally up points, battle each other, and see who wins. But I think it's a good idea, and it's creative, and gets us all doing opening packs in a fun way, kind of reliving our childhood, doing promos, baseball wrestling pack? Promos, fun stuff, man. I love that stuff. So
you doing baseball or wrestling pack?
He's BK. He does all different genres, but with us being the World Wrestling guys, he's like, hey, let's rip some packs, wrestling packs, and there's a point system. Like if it's a Hall of Famer, you get points. If you get an autograph, and we're battling that way. But he's down to do baseball. He's done basketball. It's so it's fun stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you letting me shut it out. Because me, man. Like I said earlier, I started out Signs of the Pastime, just baseball autographs, but now YouTube opened me all up, man. I'm down for whatever, man. You start seeing what you got in common with all these brothers out here. It's all about having fun and just saying yes to stuff, man. Going for it,
Yep, absolutely.
We're gonna be on next week, right, Lou?
Yeah.
Lou?
I told Godlike. I haven't told Lou. Godlike Collectibles next week, brother. Be ready.
So tune in next week. We're gonna be live again. You heard it.
All right, fellas. Peace out.
Right.
God bless.
Bye,
Go Yankees.
All right, see ya.
Go Yankees.